Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here with the November transformation reading. Okay, so I'm using these psychological cards. They're very much different to tarot cards. So there's two parts. There's an outer part that has words on it, like, for example, humiliate, or the next one is anxiety. Anxiety really does seem to be a key word at the moment. There is so much anxiety going on in the population. So they're the outer ones, the big ones. The smaller cards that sit inside the outer cards, the inner cards, they have pictures, and basically you can see whatever it is that you need to see in those pictures. So for example, this one is all about being excluded from the group. Okay, so you put one in front of the other and you'll see that there's a message there. So I want to encourage you all to really think about this and have a go and come up with your own interpretations. I will give an interpretation, but of course these are not strictly like tarot cards, although there is a predictive element. Often the energies that you're seeing are happening right now or in the near future. It's not about prediction, it's about really reading the energy around you at the moment. Okay, so if you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell right now. Okay, let's go to the board and start these cards. So I'm going to pick 5 cards for November and I'll shuffle them up. If you want to, you can do it like pick a card and just pick a number 1 to 5 and see, you know, if this energy applies to you, or you might want to go with all of them and you know, just sort of blend it all into a single message. Okay, so this is the first card and I'm turning it over. Wonderful. Okay, I'm glad that wonderful comes up, but really it doesn't mean much until we put the inner card inside and see what we come up with. Okay, so I'm going to go with that card there, and the card that comes out is a jug of water. Okay, so this is a container, and putting it into a glass of water, that's a container. This is about containing your emotions. How well can you contain your emotions without leaking them out all over the place? Something just happens, for example. Can you control yourself? Or, you know, if you're angry, can you easily go into a fit of rage and not control your emotions? You are not your emotions, okay? You are distinct from your emotions. You are a unique and immortal being who lives forever. So if you've picked card number 1, if you want to do it that way, that is absolutely terrific, that you can really have mastership over your own emotions so that they don't rule you. You are in charge. I'm going to go with that one there. And it's the beginning. The beginning of something. Let's have a look and see what goes in. The beginning of something. Okay, I'm going to go with that one underneath there. Okay, and that's the bedroom. What do bedrooms mean to you? Are they places of just sleep? Are they places of intimacy? Are they places where you get distracted because you're watching TV and on your phone? So the beginning of realising what goes on in your bedroom, and how you can really improve your life by, you know, just having your bed for the basic things that beds are needed for, rather than, you know, listening to TV or using your phone or whatever it may be. Okay, let's go with the next one and see what comes out for the third card. If you've picked card number 3, if that's what you're doing, and it's child. We all have an inner child, and sometimes that inner child is hurt or, you know, depressed. Sometimes the child is angry, and when a situation comes along and triggers our inner child, that emotion might come out. And then it's the inner child running our lives rather than us, the adult, okay? Because the adult is very sort of factual and just looks at the facts, and there's not much emotion. It's more about problem solving, being an adult, whereas the child handles all of the sort of emotions. And but with that, creativity also goes with the child. So, you know, just because you're in your child state, it might be really beneficial. The adult is the one who should be dealing with money and adding things up, you know, logical thinking, mathematics, science, that sort of thing. Okay, let's look at this next one that goes with child. I'm going to go with that one there on top. Okay. What does that say to you? Breaking through the patterns, perhaps. Look at these lines. They're just like patterns. And you can punch through those. So the patterns of your child being perhaps in control of your life to a large extent, and you're breaking those patterns down. Now, if you've picked card number 3, if you're doing that, or, you know, perhaps you're just looking at emotions generally. Do you go to bed for the purposes of looking at your emotions? Maybe that's where you do most of your thinking and feeling, in bed at night. And you're crying too, you know. And that could all be triggered by the inner child. Let's have a look at the next card. The next card. See what comes out. Okay, let's go with that one there. Give. Okay, pretty sort of basic kind of idea. Give, giving, sharing. What card goes with that? I'll turn these around that way. Okay, I'm going to go with that card there. All right, this is very interesting, isn't it? That's a donkey or a mule, or if you like, a pack horse. And it's on top of the card, give. What does that mean to you? Okay. Are you giving too much so that you're actually draining yourself? That you're the one that keeps on giving and you don't get anything in return? Are you the pack horse that carries all the burdens in your family? Is it all up to you to sort out? Everybody dumps all their stuff on you and then you have to carry it around. Is your house full of your kids' stuff? I won't go into my family business, but sometimes the kids just dump all their stuff at home and you got all their stuff, you know. You can always sell it on eBay, you know, or Gumtree or Craigslist or something. But if you pick card number 4, that's definitely a message for you that you're giving too much and it's causing a detriment to you. You know, you could be feeling really tired, exhausted, depressed, drained of energy if you're the one that's giving all the time and it's not reciprocal. Okay, it's not reciprocated back to you. Let's look at the last card, card number 5. If you're doing it like pick a card. Okay, I'm going to go with that one there. And the card that comes up is violate. Okay. Let's see what goes in there. Violate. What goes with violate? I'm actually going to go with just that one. Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? Soldiers. Do you feel violated by your government? Soldiers are the representatives of government. I mean, there's lots of different representatives. Are these soldiers, you might ask yourself, are these soldiers going to war or are they coming home from war? Okay, that's a question for you to decide depending on what country you're in. Are these crowds in the back celebrating their return, or are they mourning the soldiers actually leaving? Interestingly, I just heard yesterday that the Chinese president, Xi Jinping, or however it's pronounced, sorry if I muck that up, don't mean to be disrespectful, but he told his Marines yesterday to prepare for war. This is because the United States is sending ships into the South China Seas, which China regards as being their territorial waters. There's actually at least half a dozen countries that have got claims over the South China Sea. But this is interesting that this comes up now. Who's violating, whose sovereign rights? And ask yourself, not only is this playing out in the outside world, how is this playing out in your world? How are you being violated by other people in control or having authority over you in some way? Okay, I'll leave that to you to think about. But yeah, these are some of the things. That was a bit shocking to me, that Marines have been told to prepare for war. Okay, now I'm going to close my eyes and just see what I can see to sum up November for you. And all right. Okay, so I've got that picture of the child with the patterns in my mind when I close my eyes. This one. Child breaking through. Okay. And the saying also, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I don't know what the two got to do with each other, but there's some sort of connection. And so, have people been, having a go at you or sort of saying something to you, about you look at yourself, look at your own business, mind your own business, don't look at what I'm doing, look at what you're doing, those sorts of things. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I do, however, now see like a children's park and a lot of children in the park playing and having a good time. There is a bully there, but fortunately, he is having a go at somebody, but fortunately an adult comes along and, deals with him. He was bullying a little girl. And so ask yourself, was there a time when you were little that you were bullied by someone? Perhaps there's some sort of energy there that needs to be released. Okay, so, really go back and concentrate. Imagine yourself as that little girl. Try and get that memory back if you can. If you can't remember, then just imagine what it would feel like to be bullied if you were, say, 5 or 6 years old at school by a much bigger boy who's probably about 11 or 12, twice your size, twice your age, basically, and what that feels like. Because I'm really getting a very strong vibe on sort of buried things about what happened at school and this bullying tactic. And the name calling too. That's something that goes with school kids. That's something that's like a juvenile kind of defense mechanism when people start name calling. And that they're talking, that's their inner child talking, they're not talking as an adult. So if somebody's name calling, that's the inner child, not the adult talking. Okay, anything else for this? They're showing me a tunnel and there's a whole lot of oil coming out of this tunnel. So I don't know what that means. Maybe it's something to do with some news about fuel or oil, and anyway, it's going to be cut off. The tunnel or the pipeline, it's a pipeline, it's going to be cut off. So please keep a lookout for that in the press. If you see anything about pipelines, oil pipelines being cut off or the threat of them being cut off, let me know. Because I never get time to go back and check stuff like that, and because I'm on to the next video. As you know, I'm making lots of videos. All right, so that's it for November. I hope you found this a bit different, actually. That's why I do this once a month, transformation readings, to encourage people to look within and to really get down deep inside. Okay, if we all do that, eventually we're going to become more free as the years roll on. Have a wonderful month, everyone. If you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, thanks very much, and I shall see you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.